Hi everybody, it's Tatiana, and it is like super bright in here because I had to pull in another light because it's dark outside. I just finished Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I was so excited to receive this as an eArts through NetGalley from the publisher in exchange for an honest review. And so, yeah, let's get into it. I'm not going to hold this up like I would a book because this is my Kindle. And at some point, it's going to time out while I'm talking. So, not going to hold this up. The story takes place in West Africa, and it follows the quest of Zélie, who is on a mission to restore magic to the land of Orisha. Orisha is not just a name for the gods, but it is also the name of the kingdom in which she lives. And she goes on this quest after years of her people, the Magi, basically being oppressed by the ruling king in the area because he slaughtered all of the Magi at the point when this story takes place 11 years ago, thus killing magic as well as those who could wield it at the time. And so one of Zélie's most vivid memories is of her mother's death at the hand of this king. And so this is all part of the synopsis. I actually went and read the synopsis again just to make sure that I was not giving anything away. This was one of our most anticipated new releases for 2018. I don't follow new releases a lot, but when I saw this, I saw the cover and I read the synopsis, I wanted to read it. Once this book gets started, it does not stop. Like, it sounds a little tongue-in-cheek kind of sort of to say that because of course a book doesn't stop until it ends, but this story begins with a bang and bangs continuously as you go through the book. This is a debut novel, and it's the first novel in a series. I had feelings in this debut novel that's the first novel of a series that I normally feel in the last book of a trilogy or series that I don't want to end. I didn't read this book for 2 days during the course of the time that it took me to read it, all because I did not want the book, I didn't want the story to end. I was nervous about how it was going to end, knowing that I'm reading this as an arc and I'm reading this before the novel even comes out. My goodness, how long am I going to have to wait for book 2? And just having such a connection to these characters and this story and wanting to know what happens but still not wanting to know what happens because when you know what happens then the story is over. I can't say enough about this. I loved not only the characters but the relationships between the characters. I loved the relationship between Zélie and her family, as well as the bond that she creates with the people that she meets as she goes on this journey in an attempt to restore magic to her land. From Zélie's relationships and the people that she comes in contact with, you also have the opposing sides of information that you get and the background that's given about them, that's brought them to where they are, and you feel not only Zélie's struggle as she goes through this story, but their struggle as well as their attempting to deal with the reality of things that are thrust upon them and trying to figure out across the board for all of the characters, trying to figure out who they are and where they lie in this huge conflict between those who are Magi and those who are not, those who are being oppressed and those who are the oppressor. And I have to say the other part that I loved about this is that it is all black everything. Having a book that is set in Africa where every character is black, to have the conflict be colorism and the colorism linked to the Magi versus the oppressors. The Magi's skin tone is obsidian black, and they have stark white, snow white hair, while those who are not Magi are lighter skinned. They are brown colored, they are copper toned, caramel toned, and so there's this immediate conflict that's put in place because everybody who is Magi is easily identifiable. And having said that, I had to continuously remind myself that all of the characters were black because it's been so long, maybe never, that I have read a book where every single last character is black. I'm so used to making characters in fantasy novels who are white, thinking of them as black characters. I found it difficult to think and remember that some of these characters in this book that I was not seeing as black are black. And that's just, I don't know, an anecdotal aside in regards to my experience reading the story. The story is written very well. Reading it is like sitting and listening to a griot. And that made it even more enjoyable while we're not listening to because I read it, but while we're reading Zelly's story, it feels like Zelly's story is being told from the perspective of someone who was there to witness it in some points Zelly herself, but it never feels like you are on the outside looking in. One thing that I will say, when I read books on my Kindle, what I do when it comes to like certain phrases like my breath caught in my throat, I will, or my heart stuttered, or my heart, skipped a beat, or whatever, those kinds of statements, I will highlight them, and then after I finish the book, I will go back and check my highlights to see how many times that phrase appeared in the book. I did that with one phrase, and I didn't see the phrase again, or I was enjoying it so much as I was reading it, I missed it if the phrase appeared again. That's saying something, because that is something that I am a little anal retentive about, between that and errors in books. So this was so good. This was so good. I just get it. Even those of you who don't read fantasy often, I think that you will enjoy this book. If you don't want to buy it, get it from your library, because that matters too. And that's all that I'm going to say, because I have said a lot. So thank you all for watching. I hope you have a good weekend whenever you see this video. Peace out.